Another reason would be something like the idea of Judaism is more so just some teachings based on ethnicity, rather than the idea of like focused on what someone is claiming the afterlife is and stuff like that. It's actually just focused on what we can work with reality and create your own cultural context. Jewish people are the most honest people. They don't make up stuff like Muslims and Christians.
Bro, you're being racist, dog. You don't even hear yourself. Go sit and get him, bro. Get him.
Just let him finish.
All right, go ahead. You can go ahead now.
Oh, okay, you're relinquishing time? All right, fine. First of all, when you're talking about Judaism, what do we mean by Judaism? Do we mean the religion, rabbinic Judaism, and how rabbis understand Judaism, how Judaism is described in the Talmud and in the Mishnah and in the Gemara? Is that the Judaism we're talking about? Or the pseudo-nonsensical Judaism that you see in the West where a bunch of white people call themselves Jews and fucking practice hedonism? What do we mean by Judaism? If you're talking about Judaism, that can be deduced from the Hebrew Bible. You are talking about one of the most strict religions on the face of this planet. Literally, if you break one of the commandments, you should be killed. The punishment in the Torah is death. If you don't follow the Sabbath, the punishment is death. If you entice others to follow other gods, the punishment is death. Fornication, the punishment is stoning, death. There's so many. Death penalty applies to pretty much almost every tenet. Breaking every commandment in the Hebrew Bible it can bring down the hammer. You can be killed for it. If you want to talk about rabbinic Judaism, we can talk about the Talmud. We can pull out passage after passage that talks about racist attitude towards non-Jews, how you're allowed to steal from non-Jews, how you're allowed to rob non-Jews, how you're allowed to practice usury with non-Jews, how God created the non-Jews simply to serve the Jews because God felt that it is above the Jews that they should be served by animals. So let them be served by the likes of human beings. That's the only reason you exist, according to the Talmud. That is why. God, the curse of Ham, literally is in the Talmud, by the way. So God cursed the son of Noah with dark skin because God is a vengeful, because of the Jewish God is a vengeful, distasteful, immoral being, deity. That's why. So he punished the reason you have black skin is because the God of the Hebrew Bible cursed you. He cursed your ancestors.
Hold on, let him land and then I'll reply. Go ahead, Miguel.
I don't know. Start from the top. Okay.
If you're gonna talk about Judaism, please define what you mean by Judaism.
Yeah. So this is real simple. There are various strands of Judaism, but for the most part, I'm talking about Reform and Orthodox Judaism. And then we can go back as the original Judaism, but I think that we'll be playing semantic games for the most part. I think Jewish people in their culture, Mixed is on there are a few Jews probably in here, maybe, I don't know, but they'll tell you they are encouraged to debate the ideas of the Torah, right? The whole thing is about debating it. I don't really see Jewish people saying, God told me this, God told me that. They actually, some of them make appeal to Spinoza's God, some of them make appeal to other gods. But and then you can't bring up violence like racism, enslavement, those things, because we agree the Bible, I know the Christians and the Muslims about to get triggered, but those books literally tell you word for word to buy enslaved people. Like they're literally all about barbaric actions. Jewish people, for the most part, root for things to encourage us to actually always transform society in progressive forms. That's why you make conspiracy theories talking about they want LGBT, they want all this, because they actually support progression. But you and Christians want us to move back to Stone Ages to where we cut people's hands off. You know? Things that are incoherent with reality.
Just so dumb. I'm losing brain cells listening to this.
Which Christians wants people to go back to the point where they're cutting people's hands off?
Muslims don't think God talks to them. I don't understand.
I don't. Again, you just said, he said Orthodox Judaism. What the fuck do you think I was describing? What kind of Judaism do you think I was describing?
Yeah, and many rabbis would debate
secular Judaism.
Yeah, they're okay with
secular.
There's such thing as secular Judaism.
Of course there is.
That's what they feel.
When I'm talking about Judaism, I mean rabbinic Judaism, as taught by the rabbis, the historical understanding of Judaism. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about reform, which is practically secular hedonism. That we're not talking about that. We're not talking about what the collective of Jews, how they decide to practice their lives or their religion. No, we're talking about what is defined by the authority in Judaism. The books, the scripture, the rabbis. That's what we're talking about. I don't care. You can't go to me and use a demographic of Jews. Shut the fuck up, you Puerto Rican shit.
I'm just letting you know.
Shut the fuck up. Are you Zephyr? Are we talking to you?
Bars, did you?
Oh, my bad.
The time of Jesus.
Of course not. They had temple practices. There's none of that stuff going on.
But even after
There's no
even after Jesus.
Which religion? I don't know why you jumped in this conversation. Why are you jumping in
They didn't
this
have a
conversation?
state for a very
Why are you
long time.
fucking arguing with this buffoon? I'm dealing with fucking Galen. Why the fuck are you interrupting?
If it's the only way,
I'm not arguing with Bars.
it wouldn't have survived if it didn't continue to evolve and sort of grow within.
Like, I don't know how this guy is gonna sit
traditions.
here and claim, oh, Judaism is aligned with reality more than Christianity, when Christianity is practically an abrogation of all the Jewish laws. All these extreme laws that we find in Judaism, according to you, were abrogated by the Christian faith. So if you're going to go and say what you mean by aligned with reality is actually aligned with hedonism and secularism, then you're talking about Christianity. You have a better case. You have a better case to say Christianity is more aligned with your ideal version of reality. This is so silly, man. You don't know what Judaism is.
Do you have a verse that says it was abrogated? Do you have a verse that says it was abrogated?
I'm sorry, do you not believe? Do you need to adhere to the laws of the Torah? Do you need to adhere to the commandments? Do you need to keep the Sabbath?
Okay, he heard the question. Let him answer.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't hear it was going.
Because this guy jumped in.
Yeah, just say the question one more time.
For you are misunderstanding what Judaism. When we're talking about Judaism, we are sourcing Judaism from the scripture, from the authority, from the rabbis, from the history, not from modern day hedonist seculars like Zed. We're not going based on reform. We're going based on orthodox. That is what orthodox, traditional. That's what we mean.
Yeah.
We don't go to the most liberal people. You don't go to the most liberal Muslims and then ask them and go based on their interpretation.
I'm an Orthodox Jew.
We go based on the Quran. We go based on the Hadith. We go based on our tradition.
Yeah.
That's what we go with.
Yeah, I'm following. So, hey, Mikhail, real quick, Ms. Zed is here. Hey, Ms. Zed, can you list out just a couple things? What are some a core tenet of Judaism?
I'm not Reform. I'm Orthodox.
He's Orthodox.
Could have fucking fooled me.
Okay, he's Orthodox. Is there a moral?
When I told you I was Orthodox.
I'm gonna ask you a question just to clear up. Hey, Ms. Zed, is there a moral ought that we must behave like? What are the moral oughts for us?
I thought you knew Judaism. Why are you asking Zed? You know Judaism.
I'm asking for clarification.
No, he's doing this to test his theory that Judaism has a good moral foundation, right?
Yeah. So go ahead, make that.
Okay. Some of the tenets. I'd say foundational would probably be study, learning specifically, and more specifically the Torah, right? Of the things to study the Torah. They don't care that much if you study the sciences, just like in terms of the tenets. They want you to know, be wise, a chacham. That would apply to all wisdom. That's like a big thing would be wisdom. Another big thing, the very first story about free will. So personal responsibility. Everyone can choose good or bad and is responsible for their actions. Let's see. Oh, a big one. Two big ones, I would say. One, just supported by verses, is look out for the orphan, the widow, and the ani. In English, I guess the impoverished
Does
person.
the Torah not have apostasy laws?
Whoa, slow down. Yeah, there's definitely
we're not slowing down. I'm done with this nonsense.
Yes, I said yes.
What's
Where are we
the
going
punishment
now?
for enticing someone to worship other gods? What's the punishment for simply even building an idol? What's the punishment?
To craft an idol,
Yes.
I think that would probably be a death penalty.
You're a fucking Orthodox. There's still probably in your fucking dictionary.
Well, you said crafting an idol.
It's
really?
death. It's death. Just death. Fornication. Death.
I don't think it's that simple.
Adultery. Death. Everything. Death. This is insane.
Are you trying to showcase your culture right now?
Where did the curse of Ham come from? Where did the idea? Where did the story of the curse of Ham come from?
I did want to correct you on that one. He wasn't cursed by God. He was cursed by his father Noah. Read the story.
Oh, I guess fucking Noah has powers on his fucking own. He can curse. Who the fuck did he get the
he
authority
was
to
the only
curse?
father on the planet.
Oh,
right?
so God, right? Holy God. Holy God, the fucking excuses we're trying to make.
I didn't think you guys were
Like Noah fucking has powers on his own or something. Like he's
I thought you went to a Jewish lawyer.
Noah survived the flood.
I
What
didn't
have you done?
know Noah was the fucking apocalypse.
I mean, he does
Hey,
survive.
Mikhail,
So he said, when are you guys doing these
Fucking retard.
sacrifices?
Hey, Mikhail, all of the books
Cheating on their
have.
wives.
Hey, Mikhail, all the books have apostles.
Slavery. The Hebrew Bible. By the way, Hebrew Bible condones slavery. Rabbinic Judaism condones slavery. Orthodox condones slavery. So now what? Now what? So now what? I want to understand what makes Judaism, Orthodox Judaism, better than Christianity when Christianity is literally more aligned with
Also
secular
better than
values.
Islam.
Secular values came from a Christian bedrock. It did not come from a Jewish bedrock.
Wait, I don't know what that.
What do you mean you don't know that? Well, I know you don't know shit. I know that. I know that for a fact.
Mikhail, you're out of line, man.
Mikhail, actually, you are correct about.
Calm down,
secularism.
fucking Barth.
Yeah. But yeah, secularism did come out of Christianity. Christianity is Judaism, technically.
Yeah, it's actually when it was originally when it was actually originally first started, it was looked at as an offshoot, another Jewish sect.
I still want to
Yeah.
understand, after everything that was said, after the Judaism, when we talk about Judaism, we mean that that we can deduce from the Hebrew Bible, from the history, from the tradition,
Was
from the
your
rabbinic
practice
authorities.
viewed as a
How
Jewish
is
sect?
that not the behavior of certain demographics in the West more aligned with reality? Go ahead. I'm going to give you another shot.
I mean,
So,
I really
I
don't
said it a few things up
I
in the
feel
moral.
bad.
Yeah, Mikhail, I stated a few other things rather than just the moral odds, right? I stated that they actually challenge the belief in debating each other, right? So Jewish people do not have to hold the idea of the strict form of Judaism. You believe that Shias and Sunnis, Shias and Sufis and all of them are wrong. You think there's just one way to be.
And
A Jewish
Jews,
person
Orthodox
should-
Jews believe the Reform are wrong and the traditional are wrong. So what?
Yeah,
But in
there's
the
no
tenet, they
problem.
believe
Yeah, but the reform and the traditional are also
Conservative.
obviously wrong.
They believe in debating each other.
They don't
Yeah, they
debating
can-
each other.
they
What
can-
the
they
fuck
can
are you
debate
talking
on
about?
it,
You
so
think
they
if you
can-
go ask an Orthodox, they're gonna be like, yeah, we believe in debating with the Reform
Did
and
you hear what
accepting
Mixed
Reform
said?
notions.
Mixed said that they're
logic.
pushed to challenge each other. They're pushed to
I don't know what that fucking
That's true.
means. We Muslims debate people all the time. Christians debate people all the
Terribly,
time. What
I
does
should
that
say.
mean?
Read chapter 5.
What does that even mean? Okay, now what? Now
Chapter 5, 101, 102.
shut
says
the
you're not
fuck
supposed to
up!
ask
Stop
questions.
getting jumping in. Stop
You're
jumping
not-
in
you're not
with
supposed
Puerto
to
Rican
ask
clowns.
questions
Stop,
because
stop.
then you become a
You
disbeliever.
keep fucking bouncing like a fucking
At
rabbit
this
out of a
point,
fucking
At
jukebox.
this point,
I'll put the
hearing
verse in
Mikhail
the chat.
crash out is honestly becoming entertaining.
This is not crap. This is me dealing with idiocy. This Kalen is fucking an idiot. Go ahead and explain to me. Just because Jews
Is he an
debate,
idiot or is
actually
he effing
Jews
an
are the
idiot? I'm
least.
so confused.
Jews are the least when it comes down to debating and polemics. They don't even
Wait,
are
I just
debate.
want to make sure. I just want to make sure you know what you said. Is he an idiot or is he effing an idiot? I'm so confused.
Hey, Mikhail, he knows. Mikhail, it'll take you 2 lifetimes to take to catch up. But for the
Catch
most
up
part,
to what? To catch up to an Afrocentrist? You're a fucking Afrocentrist. You're a dreamer, bro.
okay.
You're a descendant of ADOS. You will always be at the bottom of the food chain. Nothing, no fucking clinging onto the robes of rabbis will ever
Taking
get
up the
you
slavery
or
narrative.
fucking lift your
Yeah. So
status.
Mikhail,
That's racist.
Mikhail, you know what's
He's
funny?
an
We're still doing better in your
Afrocentrist.
community.
He's
I got you.
racist.
I got you, Mikhail. We're still doing better in your community.
Better than actually, but based on what?
Yes.
Based on what?
Based on
Pull
all
up the
metrics.
stats. Pull up the
Based on
stats.
all
That's it.
metrics, we're doing better than y'all.
Dude, no, you don't.
Trying to be
No, you
racist.
don't. No, you don't. I promise you,
Go
you
look.
do
Go
not.
look at the data.
You will not find a single poll that says ADOS Americans do better than
Zephyr, I bet you any amount of money he wouldn't say it to your face though, because he knows he would.
Oh my God, please.
Oh, yeah, you would
Find
never
it.
walk up to a black person.
My
Dude,
God,
I
I
will
think
fucking
black
walk
person
up
and
to
say,
Kalen's
that's the
fucking
day he
skinny ass and
drops
say
out.
everything.
a lot of the
I-
army,
Yeah, you
a
would
lot
not
of
walk
the
up to a
people
black
in the
person.
army.
I would walk up to your ass. I know that.
A lot of
Fact.
the people,
I
a
would.
lot of the people in the
I would
American
walk up to
army
your ass. I
are
would
black
walk up to
Americans.
your ass and say my
They'll bomb
demographic
your
is doing
country.
100 times better than you. Yes.
No, you wouldn't.
Stop
You wouldn't
fucking
dare
around.
walk up to a
Yes,
black person.
and I would hit you with the fact that 75% of you don't know your daddy. Who's your daddy?
75% of us
You're
don't know
from
our dad.
You
Lebanon.
know your daddy.
Where'd you get that
75% chance you don't know your
Oh,
daddy.
God.
from? Okay, where'd you get that from?
I pull up that poll, but
Okay, you
know
don't know,
what?
right?
If I
You don't
pull
know.
it up, if
Why did
if
you
I
run
pull
to
it up,
America?
well,
You didn't even stay in your
okay,
country, bro.
Zephyr, Kaylin,
He's
because we're
wrong.
changing
He's
the
wrong.
topic because you got your booty cheeks clapped.
You didn't-
Now
you
we're
didn't
changing the
actually do that.
topic.
Isn't
So
that
no
wrong?
problem. How about now you pull up the stats that say your demographic is doing better than mine?
Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna show you that.
I
Yes,
will
they are.
while you're
Hold
doing that,
on.
I will pull up the
Stop being
demographic
in
the
denial.
stats that say
All right.
that
While you guys work on that,
75%
I'm
of
gonna
blacks
go
are
pray
born out of
in evening
wedlock.
services.
You're
Okay.
gonna what?
All right.
This is hilarious. by the way.
Hey, so it says it right here. Hold on. I got
Y'all still running the LPT?
Nah, yeah, he's still doing the racist shit. I'm gonna still get his. Hold
Yeah,
on.
he's being
We're not doing
racist.
LPT right now, Dave.
Yo, the racist stuff,
Hey,
I'm telling you, it only
And what's
the only
crazy,
show
we
it
got
has
behind
when
his
it does it.
community.
It's what?
Hey, I can
Yeah,
believe
let him
that
do it.
people got behind your community, Cynic. I ain't gonna lie.
Dave,
Cypher,
this
Cypher,
guy
hold
just
on.
Motherfucker.
Can I
This guy
talk?
just said that Judaism
Cypher,
is aligned with
remember,
Christianity or
that is,
That's what he
Cynic
just
is
said.
from Lebanon.
We've been arguing
Remember
that
that.
for a while. He got his ass slapped
Yeah,
around
let-
with that
let
one.
us
Now
know
he
who
wants to
will.
switch it to he
Cypher,
thinks that
get
African
in his ass right now.
Americans are
This
doing
guy.
better than Middle East.
Yeah, I said it was various reasons why you.
Black Americans are doing
You're
better
right, you
than
made
Lebanese,
nonsense.
yeah.
You made a nonsensical argument, a retarded argument.
Are you from
can
Lebanon?
show me
Yes
that.
or no?
Wait, what you say,
No.
Samir?
Not Lebanese,
Is-
no.
So where are you from?
He's from a piece of shit land. He knows where he's
I'm
from.
from the Holy Land. Piece of
Holy
shit land. His
land.
people
So-
worship a guy from my
No, so-
land.
No.
So
Our
you-
people
so
do
you
not
guys
have
are-
that.
because you guys are
How
not
does it
doing
feel
well.
to have your
Oh,
mother
God.
worship a
Trump
fucking
just said he's gonna
colonized.
take your
Yeah,
land.
How's it feel?
That's the
How's it
only
feel?
reason they worship that.
Your parents
colonized.
probably worship a guy that looks like me.
I mean, they were colonized. That's the only reason
Well,
they were
it doesn't
here.
matter.
We
Here.
were-
According
we're moving
to
away from
recent
that.
data, according to
Wait.
recent data, 70 to 72% of African American babies are born to unmarried
Look at that.
mothers, meaning
Drop
a
that.
significant
Drop the link right
portion
now.
are.
Can you drop the link? That's
Hey,
bullshit.
hold on. Hey,
That's not bullshit.
Sugar said 72% of us
No,
are
but
born
what?
with it.
Hold on, Cypher. You know
Get
what's
your
crazy? He runs around. Hold on, Cypher. He's running around saying how Israel's racist, Israel's evil, and all these things, and yet he doesn't mind
Bro, all
talking like
these
this.
people are unprincipled. They just care about their
What?
people.
Israel
I
is
get it.
racist.
Hey,
Israel, you
black
want to be
people are
racist?
the
Go be
only motherfuckers that don't
racist.
just care about
But
our
don't
people.
lie.
Sorry, though. We
Don't
need to start
lie.
being like that, 'cause
With
these
Israel,
people are
our argument against Israel isn't, Israel's racist.
think
No,
he's
we're
assimilating
arguing
himself.
against
Yes,
Israel
it is.
because
That's what I
Israel's
think
an
he's doing, bro.
occupying
Subliminal
fucking.
message.
No, you said
Black
they're
people are
anti-Semitic.
people that just go outside.
Stop
Them
it.
people
They're not
Right
Semites,
now.
you dumb fucking Somali. They're not.
So look at that. You see,
You know,
You're
what
a
you think they be
fucking
doing this shit?
embarrassment to the Somali
Oh
family.
God,
You're
Bro,
a fucking
you're
chip.
crashing out today,
Hey,
man.
but
You
stop
don't
Shut
care
the
what.
fuck up, Sam. Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Oh God.
I'm crashing out. This guy literally
Hey,
talking
You're
about.
emotional.
Listen
Trump
to the
just took-
fucking
Hey, can y'all
Trump's
look
document.
gonna take your country.
Hey,
Judaism
Hey,
is
Mikhail.
more aligned with reality than Christianity with
Mikhail,
Islam.
your
How
country
is
is-
that an
He likes to
intelligence?
say
Mikhail,
Jews
I
are
wanna
Mikhail, you
Christians.
know
know your
how the
country is
fuck
at the
that's an
bottom of the
intelligence
totem pole
statement.
right now.
How is that an
It is.
intelligence statement? Dave,
Mikhail,
tell me how
why-
the fuck. Here, Dave, you hang out.
Hello?
Hey Katrina, this is John from Bumble. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and you? I'm good. Just enjoying a nice evening at home. What are you up to?
Same.
What were you watching on TV?
What was I watching? Oh, I watch really crappy TV. Like, really crappy. It's embarrassing how crappy.
Haven't you ever heard the expression shit in, shit out?
What?
There's an expression shit in, shit out. So if it's crappy TV, just making a joke.
Oh, well, I never heard that before.
So how's your day been? What's up with your snow situation by you?
Well, I mean, I had to go to work today, so there was that.
Yeah, that's exhausting.
I wish I had a snow day. Like, I wish we got to stay home, but, Chicago, you should be used to the snow.
I know. I don't know. I like the rain better than the snow.
I think it depends for me. If I have no plans and don't have to go anywhere, then sure, snow. Why not? It's pretty to look at. But, like, if I'm supposed to be, like, out and doing things, then, yeah. Neither.
Yeah, water is an amazing substance. I don't know. Does it have four forms or is it just three?
Liquid, solid, gas,
That's it, right?
right? Ice, snow, water, fog, if you consider fog to be water.
Isn't that the gas?
Yeah.
Because when it evaporates, it's a gas. It's
Right.
technically like five, kind of, because steam and snow are a lot different than ice.
Right.
So then there's the gas, and then there's the liquid. So
Right.
it's kind of like 3 plus 2, or just
Mm-hmm.
just thinking about water and snow because the roads are shit. Because I would love for you to
Right.
come to Paterno's and meet me for a beer.
I know, but I am very cozy.
I know, and the roads are really bad out. So
But there's that too.
you're a teacher. What grade do you teach?
I teach middle school special ed.
Oh wow.
So all the subjects.
Yeah. Do you find it rewarding and exhausting at the same time?
Absolutely. Today was, this week has been like a ridiculously long week feeling. Like, I can't believe it's only Wednesday. And today was just like a long day. My kids were getting on my nerves today.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't shoot them with a tranquilizer dart.
I know.
Put them in a meditative pose and be like, go to sleep for another 3 hours.
There are some that do that anyway. They're just kind of there.
It's just like a housing and babysitting service.
Yeah, for some of them, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think the future of education is? Do you think it's like home-based internet education?
Living that during COVID, definitely, I would hope that that's not the way it's going, because especially for my people, it's not good. It's not functional. It's not possible. These kids need a lot of support that is very hard to deliver on a computer.
Yeah. I was thinking today, I was like, maybe reading rooms and gymnasiums are like the solution.
Well, what do you mean reading rooms?
I think you have to if you can't just rely on somebody saying they actually read a book. You have to they have to record themselves, go into a booth, hit a button, and record themselves reading a book and get compensated for video verification that they're reading. Because like I think it's just like comes down to like mind like reprogramming, and re-education. Um, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I just know that like I own a lot of books, and I've barely gone through like half of them. But the point is, it's a challenge to like find the willpower and the time to want to sit there and read something new from a book.
This depends on the person, because I mean, again, I guess it depends too on what your purpose is for reading, right? Like, I have been last year and now this year, I've been like reading a lot, strictly for pleasure. I'm not doing any kind of like, self help or trying to learn anything. These are strictly books like for pleasure. But like I've been like reading nonstop. Like I watched a little bit of TV because I have a lot of stuff recorded, but I turned it off so that I could read this book that I just started. So I don't know. I think that it's, like I said, it depends on the purpose for reading.
Yeah. I mean, what do you think about like education being like, variable, meaning that like this is so ridiculous to try to like figure it out, but like we're not like planning the economy has to be based on like the education and the curriculum and like even forcing it down people's throat or in their ears to like get them to get ready to help grow the economy, because I don't know. I mean, if Trump gets rid of Department of Education and all of a sudden there's like a financial crisis in all these school districts throughout the country, they'll have to like come to terms with like I don't know, curriculum, I guess, or like time, or because like you said, some people are just tuned out already in junior high or high school. So I don't know what the solution is. I think they've been grappling with this problem forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because there's always been like different theories on school and curriculum and method and process, etc. So are you from Chicago?
I am. What about you?
Yep, I grew up in Edison Park and Lincoln Road.
Ah, okay.
Dad was a cop, mom was a postal carrier.
Okay.
City workers.
Yeah. And what do you do?
I do floor planning for commercial office space renovations, and I run a bed and breakfast.
Okay.
Yeah, I should say I own and live in a bed and breakfast.
A bed and breakfast in Chicago?
Jefferson Park Hotel.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, I've got a guest right now who has a cat. And let me tell you, it smells lovely. Woo.
I'm sure.
Glad I'm not living near her. But I figure on this one, when she leaves, I'm actually going to hire somebody to do the cleaning because I don't even want to go in there.
Yeah.
It smells so bad. I feel bad. Like, how do people live with such horrendous odor? They just don't even smell it anymore, do they?
I mean, I had a cat. It doesn't, I don't know, you have to be neglectful for it to smell.
That's what I'm thinking. I haven't met this person because like everybody who checks in, it's like fully automated. But part of my strategy is out of sight, out of mind. And that way, there's no anxiety. Like I've looked in some tenants' units and I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm just like shocked at how they live. No furniture. Like, I mean, it's shocking how some people live, but that's their life.
Yeah.
So you're recently separated. How long were you married?
Technically 6 years. I've been actually legally divorced now, I think, for 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
But we've been separated for like a year plus.
Mhm. That sounds about average, right? For like length of divorce process.
I guess, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine like a divorce, semi complicated would take like a year probably to go through the courts.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't
Mine
know.
was complicated in the sense that I couldn't find him to serve him, so that was complicated. So I guess all of that went smoother than there would if I would have found him, and there would have been some sort of, if he would have contested or something.
Oh wow. Service processor. That's a job. That's a crazy job. You gotta like hunt people down and be like,
Yeah, I would not want that job.
You can even then, like you don't actually have to process serve. You can just like that, after multiple failed attempts, that like you can just like publish it in the fucking newspaper and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, legal.
Yeah, I would not want that job.
Yeah, I respect lawyers. Like I really do. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of communication and attention to detail. But
Yeah.
boy, I mean, it's amazing how attorneys are like the masters of the universe in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
More so than doctors, because like of malpractice, and you can sue a successful doctor into oblivion. Like then the lawyers just chop it up.
Yeah.
So, are you happy?
Happy in general? Am I happy in general?
I mean, are you happy and you know it? Clap your hands.
Oh, I mean, I'm here. Some days are better than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've got, your beauty, you've got your intelligence.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a beautiful voice and I'm sure a lovely spirit. So,
Thank you.
I mean, look at how do you look at joy and happiness, in your life? But then when you look at, like, let's say you're working with somebody who's severely disabled at work or something,
Mm-hmm.
like, and they're not even contemplating joy or happiness. They're just like here being, being taken care of.
Yeah.
But like some of them probably can't take care of themselves. Like they will, need forever care.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's brutal. Like, where do you think the state of Illinois even has these forever care facilities? It's like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Those don't exist. Maybe they do. I mean, Misericordia, like on Ridge
Yeah.
or something in Jefferson. I mean, in Rogers Park.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all relative. I mean, you could be at the top of the world and be P. Diddy.
Right. Right.
So it's all relative. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to plan a date with you if you're available Friday or Saturday if you want to get dinner.
I am not available this weekend. I am very busy.
Oh, I see.
I have birthday plans.
Oh, I thought that was. Oh, I see.
My birthday is this Friday.
Oh, I thought it was last Friday.
No, this Friday.
So you're turning 40, huh?
Oh, why you gotta say it out loud?
Well, 4 is a magic number. So,
Why?
There's like this really old English poem called, what is it called? Rosemary, Thyme, and Sage, I think, or Scarsborough Fair. It's just like the 4 elements, and then the 5th element, like technically you will now have all of your infinity stones when you turn 40 because it's like a big milestone. Like you've attained a distinction of some sort, but it's just 4 in like gematria is like a magic number.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've never heard that before. Okay.
yeah, I'm just saying good, best wishes and good luck always. But it's it's a magic time to be alive, really, when you hit
All
40.
right, okay.
What are you gonna do for your birthday?
I'm going to the Justin Timberlake concert.
My sister went to a VIP Justin Timberlake event at the House of Blues once. I was like,
Okay.
wow, you're cool. You are really cool.
I was gonna say, it sounded like you were judging me for liking Justin Timberlake a little bit.
No, I think he's an incredible entertainer. I mean,
Okay.
didn't he get a DUI when he was like in Chicago like 6
Yeah,
months
the
ago?
day I saw him when I was at that show too, and that was literally the first show after it happened, and it was like days after. Yeah.
Yeah, that was. Didn't he say to the cop? He's like, "You're gonna kill the tour, man. Don't kill the
Yeah.
tour, man. Don't
Yeah,
do this,
yeah,
man. Please."
yeah. You're gonna ruin the tour. And then the cop was like, "What tour?" And he said, "The world tour."
That is so amazing. That is
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a pain in the ass. I mean,
Yeah.
your average citizen in Chicago is going to get like torn up like $10,000 to $20,000. Him, it's going to cost him like $150,000 or even more to deal with that. But that's nothing. I mean, it's his time. I mean, for a guy.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the movie with him where everybody is living on like borrowed time, and I can't remember what it was called.
Yes. Yes. I did see this movie.
And he's like trying to keep his mom alive and
Yes.
dating some girl and so like all these people who are trillionaires of time. Yeah.
Yes. I did see this movie. Yes.
It was like an incredible movie because yeah, it like reframed life in terms of time and like immortality. But the thing about our lives is that, you know, money, you know, everybody says money is time, time is money. I mean, there's like truth in that, but they're also both just concepts. So I don't know. It's not like, you know, you could be really smart and really wise, but still not have money, I suppose.
Right.
It seems like it's like a simulation tied to it. But, you know, Elon Musk and Trump, who want to get rid of the Department of Education, like Elon Musk is the biggest parasite because all of the profit, all of the money comes out of new borrowed money. So, you know, you got to be close to the source of pure profit, which is the federal government, which just prints up thin money out of thin air.
Yeah.
So that's why I say, I mean, I'm like home education, you know, this internet education, like, is it really like, is everybody going to be like antisocial or something if it ever, you know, came down to like people not being in.
Well, yeah. It's not, kids that, you can tell, like the kids that were COVID children and at home, like they don't know how to socialize. I mean, kids these days don't know how to socialize anyway because of social media. But I think it would just be worse if they didn't have the opportunity in school to do that.
Yeah. Do you see kids in school looking at their cell phone all the time?
No, because they're not supposed to have their phones. So if I catch them on their phone, then I threaten them to take it away. So they don't usually use their phones at school.
Yeah, I see people on their phone like all the time, and like when I'm moving or like I'm at an event or something, like I intentionally like don't bring my phone. Like the gym. I mean, there's just like people sitting on a machine at the gym for 30 minutes looking at their cell phone. I'm like, that's not a chair. Like, are you, you know, you're like, you're not getting the point of being here. It's like disconnect from that lurched over cell phone hypnosis. But maybe that's, I mean, you know, could just be their.
No, that's good. That's good. I definitely am on my phone too much.
Yeah.
I'm definitely on my phone too much.
I mean, it's a computer. Like, that's what it is. Like, you're literally taking a laptop and holding it in your
Mhm.
hand.
Right.
It's just a shrunken laptop. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's like I just get the feeling like people aren't like they're kind of unaware that in many ways their phone is in control of them, and they're not in
Right.
control of their phone. So
Mhm.
it's like having a satellite orbiting you and like
Mhm.
constantly monitoring you and
Right.
try and beep and emit a color to grab your attention. So
Right. Right.
yeah, it's kind of like a genie in the bottle, meaning that like your cell phone is the bottle, and like when you rub it, you are the genie, and
Mhm.
so like your cell phone is constantly trying to get you to come back into the bottle, which is your cell phone.
Mhm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's conditioning in a way too, but I mean, it's the same thing whether you watch a television show because you're getting dopamine. Every time you
Mhm.
turn on Netflix, every time you open your email, every time you look at all your social media, it's like a dopamine hit. So
Mhm.
it's really like that's what's happening. It's like
Right.
a satellite of dopamine whenever you want it.
Mhm.
So you didn't have any kids, huh?
No.
Wow. I mean, did you feel like you rushed into the marriage?
Probably. Probably. Looking at it in hindsight, probably.
Yeah.
Have you ever been married?
No.
Do you have any kids?
No.
Close to married?
Got engaged. Yeah,
Okay.
if that's close.
How long ago?
Oh, 2008.
Okay.
So quite a long time ago.
Yeah.
I was 26.
Okay.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog,
Oh, what's your dog's name?
Zoe.
Yeah, I like dogs so much more. They don't smell as bad as cats,
Mhm.
apparently. They're hygienic, They poop them, you feed them, you poop them,
Mhm.
you water them, they pee, but
I mean, cats do all of the same things.
Yeah, well, my friend made the point that if you have a litter box, some people let that litter box just like build as if they're like storing shit. And
Yes.
some people take care of it hourly. So it's just a
Yeah.
question of, that's what I'm worried about
Right.
is that this person is now going to be storing cat shit in the
Yeah.
unit as opposed to being a diligent person and taking it out.
Mhm. Mhm.
I guess I'm living like, letting all this go. But at the same time, I'm like, I'm going to message her on Airbnb and be like, here's some extra bags. Please be diligent.
Yeah.
Just like, that's the thing. It's like, kind and compassionate communication always gets better results as opposed to like freaking out about something.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, happy birthday. And
Thanks.
I know your 40th is going to be a magical year for you because 4 is a magic number.
Well, from your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Let's hope.
All right, well, maybe next week sometime when you're free, we can get together.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Katrina, take care. Have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Back to your regularly scheduled programming.
In a home, I'm living in a land right
you
now.
guys literally, bro, even
Dude,
on
I'm not
Tyson
gonna
that
listen
stream,
to a black
it was
person. You don't even
Palestinians,
know
like,
where your
begging him
home
to
is. You
support
don't know where
Palestine.
on this
Why are
world
y'all
you
asking
originate
black
from.
people for
You want to
handouts,
talk shit
but
to
then
me
want to turn
when
around
you
and talk
have the
shit about
same
black
passport
people?
as I
But
do?
you're begging black people for handouts, though.
I'm begging black
Like, so
people
shut
for
the fuck
handouts
up.
now.
Yeah,
Wow.
you guys
When did I beg black
hella
people for
Arabs
handouts?
begging like black celebrities
We
and
as a
influencers to
demographic
help
are doing
support
better than you.
Palestine.
We
But then
as
you
a
wanna, like,
demographic
bite
are
us in
doing
the
better
ass
than
and
you.
talk shit
Why do we need
and got the nerve
handouts
to be
from a
racist?
demographic
Like, sit
that's
the fuck
doing
down
worse than
somewhere.
us?
You don't have none
Why
of
do
the smoke
we
for any
need
Jewish
handouts
nigga. You
from a
wouldn't say this to a
demographic
Jewish
that's
nigga,
doing
though.
worse
But
than
you
us?
guys have no smoke for Jewish
can't
people,
answer the
though.
question,
The people
Kenny.
that are actually
Why
killing your
do I
people.
need
You
a
got random
handout
smoke
from
for
a
black people.
demographic that's
Like,
doing
sit down
worse than us?
somewhere.
We're
Sit the fuck
literally
down somewhere. We
categorized
don't
as
beg for
white in this
handouts.
country.
Caribbean
We
blacks,
don't get them.
Afro
We don't
Latinos,
get
African
handouts.
Americans, we don't
We're
beg for
literally
fucking
white people.
handouts. Sit the fuck down.
Handouts. Sit the
You're
fuck down. We
goofy
don't
as
get
fuck.
handouts.
Okay,
We're
yeah, stay
classified
savage.
under the
Stay
census
savage.
as white.
Stay sad.
Say sad.
Doing all
I
that
know
fucking
who my
crying
daddy
and
is.
screaming. You're
I
a
know who my
grown-ass
daddy
man.
is.
Like,
You stay
hold your own
sad. You
tits.
stay sad.
Hold your own tits, bruh.
Oh, I
You're
hold
acting
my
like
own
you're on
tits.
your
Don't worry
period,
about it.
bitch.
Don't worry about it.
Dumb as
We're
fuck.
my demographic is
fuck.
doing way better than yours.
You're not. How
No
are you doing
handouts.
better?
No
How are you doing
handouts.
better? Aren't you guys crying about a genocide? So how are you doing better?
Oh my God.
I'm confused on how that's working. And
My
I'm not making fun of the
demographic,
genocide. I'm
as
just
in people,
kind of confused
as
on
in
how
Middle
you're
Easterners
crying
in
about a
America.
genocide, but then you're
Middle
claiming that you're
Easterners
doing
in
better.
America
How
don't
are you
need
doing better? In
handouts
what
from
way are you
blacks.
doing better?
We don't need
You're
handouts
not
from
doing better.
blacks.
When you guys come to America, y'all open liquor stores. You open
We
haram
open liquor stores, and guess
just
who
to make
buys
money
from
in
us?
black
Guess who
neighborhoods.
buys from
How
us?
are you
Guess who
doing
buys
better?
it from us?
How
We
are you
open
doing
the liquor
better?
stores, and guess who
All
comes
the other
running to
immigrants are
them?
doing better than your
Guess
people.
who
They don't
comes
have to
running
like
to our liquor
disrespect
stores?
the religion
Thank
just to
you
make
very
decent
much.
money.
Thank you very
Like,
much.
let's
We
talk
all
about
do
it.
it.
You guys
We
sell
all
weed
come
in
running.
those liquor
We
stores.
all come running to
You
those
guys come to the
gimmicky
U.S.
liquor
and then
stores.
sell pork
Y'all be
and
loving it.
How
Y'all
are you
be
doing
loving
better
it.
than us?
Y'all come with your EBT
Bruh, you open
cards or
haram
whatever
businesses.
you call them,
You have to
and
open
you
a
come
haram
in and
business
you
in
want to
black
buy
neighborhoods
liquor.
just to get money. So how are you doing better than black
How am I?
people?
What do you mean get money? What do we get?
The only reason why you even make money is because you open stores in black neighborhoods selling pork and alcohol.
And
which
whose
is very
problem is
haram,
that?
by the way.
Whose problem is
And
that?
that's the only way
Why
you're
are
making money
blacks?
is from who? Black people. So
Bev,
sit down.
Bev,
So
why
sit
aren't
down,
blacks
because you can't open a
liquor
fucking
stores?
business in a white
Why
neighborhood.
aren't
Like, they don't even want
blacks
you in their
opening liquor
neighborhood.
stores?
You guys go to black neighborhoods.
Hey, why
so sit down.
aren't
You're not
blacks
doing better than
opening liquor
anyone.
stores
You're not.
in black neighborhoods?
Bruh, you can talk about George Floyd. You
Why
guys got like
aren't black
millions of
people
George
opening
Floyds in
black
Palestine. So,
liquor stores?
like, bruh, I don't give a
And
fuck.
she's not going to answer the question.
Like,
Bro,
you gotta- what was your question? What's your question,
Don't
Jay?
me. Answer the
What's
Hi,
your
question.
question?
Jane.
Okay, what's
Why
your
can't
question?
you open your own liquor stores?
We do open our own stuff.
Oh,
We don't need
then
to
why are you
open liquor stores.
complaining about
We
the
have our own
Arabs?
businesses. We don't need to open liquor
Oh,
stores.
okay.
though.
Then why are
Like,
you
that's not a flex to
complaining?
be like, oh,
Why
why
are
can't
you
you open a liquor
complaining?
Oh shit.
And can
Why
are you
sell liquor to
complaining?
our own people? You know, we're not
Why are
haram
you
like
complaining?
We're not haram like you. Why
We're
are
not
you
haram
opening
like
liquor
you.
stores? How
Oh
about
my
that?
God,
The fuck?
75%
Why do
of
the
you
Jews
are
have more
born out of
halal stores
wedlock.
than you guys doing? You're
How
supposed to
are
be
you
Muslim.
gonna talk
Like,
about
that doesn't make any
haram?
sense.
Black people
It
are
doesn't
going to
make
talk
any
about
sense.
haram and halal in this country.
Bruh, you got all this like
You're
weird
the
ass
most
smoke for
heathenist
black people, bruh. Y'all
demographic
are
in this
obsessed with
country.
blacks. You're
Yeah,
obsessed
yeah,
with
yeah,
blacks.
yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
obsessed.
All the
Then quit
protection
begging for
that
our
we
support.
see
Quit
on
begging
the
for our
black.
support. Quit going on casting that
The
shit.
Jew
Like, oh, could
uses
you
you
please
like
post the
puppets. What are you
Palestinian
talking
flag? Like,
Hey,
you post
Miguel,
that
are
shit.
you holding that?
Dumb as
So are you
fuck.
saying black people aren't true
They don't
Muslims?
even ask
Hey,
DJ
Miguel,
Khaled
Miguel,
about
that's
black
actually
people.
not
That
true.
nigga's
We
Palestinian.
tend to
It's
look
not
at-
about the
we tend to-
demographic
Hey,
that's black Muslims,
Miguel,
Dave.
Miguel,
We're
you know
speaking
people-
in general sense.
Miguel,
She
Dumb
wants
as
to
fuck.
complain
You
about
fucking
Arabs
dumbass
that
Arab.
open
I will
liquor
always
stores in
drag
black
y'all.
neighborhoods.
I
Why
will
the
always
fuck
drag
are
y'all.
blacks not opening black liquor stores in black
Right,
neighborhoods?
you are not
That's
shit.
the better.
Do you two want to come up here and say anything, or are you too afraid of being identified as being dumb and low IQ?
Thank you. But I may still be dumb.
At least medium IQ.
Yeah, low to medium.
We'll say something smart and prove it.
What topic?
I don't know anything.
The unconscious group process, if you haven't already studied it, is something I think you should deepen your understanding of. One theorist is last name Bion. A lot of Jews in the early 20th century, Wisdom, man, what is your name? Wisdom books. They did so much work on this, and it's underappreciated, and I would like you to look into it. And it explains a lot of what we see, not just on Clubhouse, the bullshit that erupts anytime humans try to work together, because people don't have a lot of skills there. A lot of it is outside of, it's under the table shit. It's not direct, sort of, I don't know, abstract, I guess. Scott, you say something smart.
Say something smart.
You have a PhD. You're smarter.
I don't know anything smart, really. You know what? What I like. This is something I think is smart, but I didn't say it. The owl of Minerva spreads its wings only with the coming of the dusk. It's from Hegel. I like that quote.
What is it?
It's the owl of Minerva spreads its wings only with the coming of the dusk. So basically, owl of Minerva, right, is, Minerva, Athena, is the goddess of wisdom. And so her owl is, the idea is her owl flies. Basically, wisdom only comes at the end of history, at the end of an epic, not at the beginning. So, like, art is usually the innovation, and philosophical wisdom only comes post hoc. So there you go.
So what's up with you, Wisdom? Why do you hate everybody?
What did you say, Jane? Do I hate everybody?
I said, what's up with you, Wisdom, and why do you hate everybody? But I know you don't. That's very accusatory of me.
No.
Roger Mayhem movie, is that a real thing? That's my question.
Yeah, go to rogermayhem.com. 5,000 videos.
Wow. What did you think of the staged death of Roger Mayhem? Did you see that, Don?
Dippin', Johnny Boy, Adrian.
You didn't know about it?
Yeah, I'm here.
Did you hear about what happened last week?
No, I didn't hear exactly what happened, but I heard him and Kelly got kicked for something. I don't know why, but.
Oh yeah, but the funny part was one of the people on Clubhouse that Scott's people are friends with staged a fake death announcement, and talk about low IQ dumb people. People were crying. Because the room title was Roger Mayhem is dead.
Yeah. When I changed.
This is very good Dittman mockery material, but I'll get the link.
Yeah, when I changed one of my accounts to Roger Mayhem, I created a room, and then I came off mic. Somebody was in the room. I was like, "Can I mod you real quick?" I was like, "I'm having a family emergency," and then that person was like, "Roger's having a family emergency. He told me to mod the room." And then everybody's like, "Wait a minute, this isn't fucking what the like." Everybody started freaking out, and then that account got deleted very quickly. It's such bullshit that I can't change my account over to Roger Mayhem. I would, but I don't want to lose an account ever again. It's a waste of time. If I had all my accounts still, I'd literally have like 30 fucking accounts. Like, you could literally ruin the experience on this app by having probably just 30 accounts, because like you could basically ruin a lot of these rooms by just like coming in with a new burner account over and over and over again and just disrupting it for people. But that would be like my strategy to show people that they're really wasting their time and they're talking about nothing.
If it was funny, that'd be good. Talking about nothing. And
no, that is funny. Disrupting people's communication is funny because they realize, like, dude, this is funny because like we really are wasting our time.
Yeah, I tried to do this in a serious way today, and it was shit show. Turned into a whole. All people I think like to talk about is, like non-substantive things. I'm so aggrieved, or.
Well, I heard Ben Mendelsohn today say, "Once an illegal alien, always an illegal alien." But of course, only with regard only with regards to Elon Musk. Everything they say is what an extremist Nazi would say about fucking minorities, but not when it comes to Elon Musk. Everything they say is insane. They're crazy over there. Like Ben Mendelsohn, first of all, he is such a little bitch, and everybody's a little bitch. When you get old and you're in your 70s or whatever the fuck you are, like, you're a softie, and like, you may have some great fucking opinions, or you may be really witty, but like, when you're old, you're supposed to like be soft or drop out. Like, you can't have these reactionary opinions. Your whole life is supposed to be supple and soft and relaxing. Like, raising your blood pressure and getting upset about Donald Trump is like, you never had your Buddhist moment, or apparently, or your come to Jesus moment, which is let it go, be one with the universe, be one with nature, and stop all this identity politicking, because it's not healthy for you. Or at least, if you're going to do the identity politicking, you should at least have this like super spiritual side to you that will essentially reprogram you to get you out of your TDS syndrome. So, you are what you say, not what you say, but what you say is who you are. Like, that is like psychology 101. If you're talking about the collective unconscious, if what you're saying, if you think that's what the collective unconscious is saying, and you're only projecting that because you want to mirror that, it's not accurate. I mean, I don't know. That's why I say, like, I'm just relabeling everybody in the deep state as essentially anti-American. Because if you think that all the fraud and waste and corruption and shitty ideas that they're spending money on is a good thing, you are so far from the truth. Like, I get the feeling that these are the type of people that don't clean their house. That it's fucking dirty as fuck. And there's all kinds of shit just laying around. And like, they're technically hoarders. Yeah, technically what you're dealing with is a bunch of hoarders. Welcome, Zenamini. Zenamini accused Scott here today of being a deep state patriot who got his burner account clipped. Not Ben Mendelsohn.
I've not gotten anybody that's not true. I'm not.
Zenamini is calling you out.
You never do that, Scott.
Maybe Scott had,
I never do stuff like that.
Maybe Scott. See, that's why I say maybe Scott is so deep state. He's just like trying to call some shit out to make it seem like he's part of the collective over there.
Oh, yeah. Inverting it all.
Yeah, he's a double agent. He's a spy. And he was trying to get back in their good graces by outing a burner. You never know.
Oh.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Dr. James is technically the Dr. Mengele of the deep state patriots over there.
Oh my God. He does not give you permission to speak about him or record him.
I believe that if Dr. James had the opportunity, he would actually consider making a lamp made out of human skin, like, wrapped around the top. I mean, something creepy about Dr. James, but
Hannibal Lecter.
I hate saying the word weird. I hate the word weird because that means your argumentation is over. There's nothing else to say. Just weird. That's when you know you've gotten to the end of nothing. And thus you realize you're dumb. You're low IQ and you're talking about nothing, wasting time. Wasting time is great because that's technically what Seinfeld is all about. The television show Seinfeld is a show about nothing, which is Zen theory, which is go with the flow. Be one with the universe. Stop thinking, end your problems. Be intellectually stupid. Because all of these fake intellectuals are really, really stupid. Don't join them. Make fun of them. Reframe them. If you want to win a debate, don't bring facts, figures, statistics, resources, links, bibliographies. No, just bring your insults and just call everyone stupid.
I support that. I get into those you must have heard me before. I get too worked up. I'm not a deep stater in my heart.
People don't realize that Jesus is not Christian. He's Buddhist.
He levitates.
2 feet up, 2 feet forward.
That's my Tinder profile. 2 feet forward, 6969.
2x,
You're
2x
always with the
69.
6969.
2x 69. Yeah.
Get a new one.
Nah, 6969 is my trademark.
Yeah.
I wish we could get Dr. James in here.
What would you say to him?
I would say, hey, good to see you. Are you feeling relaxed? No, obviously the answer's no.
Take more mushrooms.
No, if you asked him that, you know he would have a passive aggressive, like he would view that as being a gaslighting.
John.
That would be a gaslighting question for him. What I like.
Scott,
Can we get Elstern in here, John?
I don't
I
know.
don't want to talk about Ulster.
I don't know Elstern that well, but there's this other older Jewish woman in the beehive, as they call it, and she was like, "Kick that bee out of the room. I don't want him in the beehive."
Who, Dr. Francine?
No, some other older Jewish woman. I can't remember the profile name.
Was it me?
No. You know what? I really love Dr. See, don't people recognize that, like, Ben Mendelsohn and Dr. Francine, they're technically, see, this is the thing about them, is they are law and order people, structured organism, super structuring. And what they're really doing is just babysitting. There's no real, like, resistance, no real revolutionary fervor. It's more just like nursing a habit or babysitting. So deep state is not necessarily a good description of what's happening there. Why they keep saying the Brazilian embassy as if like the Brazilians are more liberal and therefore that's where the resist. I don't quite understand it. Like, why can't they even be more creative or inventive in their communication? They're just playing the same record every day and it's so fucking boring and broken. That's the thing, is if they were real deep state, they'd be very dynamic. They'd be very creative. And they're not. They're just fucking boring. Stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I deep stated this app. I think I subverted a lot of bullshit on this app. I didn't get compensated, but like, I guess in some ways it gives me some political credibility, but the whole point is, what does it matter? Like, you still have to, if you want political power, you have to run and get the signatures and get the votes. So it's, that is a lot of work. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not so sure I want to do it again.
I thought you were going to do this. You're running for office.
I want to do it, but my campaign manager, like, he said we were going to do work today. He won't even respond via text message. So it's like you're dealing with a lot of people who talk a lot. But, when you want to organize and schedule something, they're like unreachable or just ignorant or unreceptive. It's like, what a waste of time.
Abby knows people in politics.
Wow. Yeah. Hey guys, I came in to ask you about the weather actually, because you're both there. I was supposed to get on a plane today, and I'm getting panicked. I think I'm not going to come in for the parade, because they said it's going to be like 20. But how bad? Scott, are you in Philly now?
It's right now. It's 34, and the low is 30. So they're looking at.
I'm sorry, Wisdom. I didn't mean to just.
It's coming down. It's coming down a little bit. Yeah, there's gonna be precipitation all night, but it looks like it's gonna be like warm up by 11 o'clock.
Like snow or rain. Which one?
It's gonna be 34 at 10. 35 at 11. It's going to go up to 39 by 6 a.m.
Okay, that's okay.
It's going to keep raining.
Right.
So by 9 a.m., it's 65% chance of rain. It's 40 degrees by 9 a.m. By 10 a.m.
Commercial flight? Abby, you got to do that.
Yeah, I was booked on American. I can fly out on American tomorrow. But then I was wondering what they're anticipating for Friday, like is... temperature-wise and everything. I'm being a baby.
Abby, haven't you ever heard of Doppler radar and Google searches?
People on the ground, like it's a Philly thing. People on the ground just are going to tell you what's going on there.
I mean, look, there was not a whole lot of snow today. It was not bad.
It wasn't bad. Okay.
No, it's not bad at all. And they're looking, Friday it's supposed to be nice, cold. I mean, low.
Abby, just look at this from a dopamine perspective. Just come on Clubhouse, live stream the parade on your phone. You'll get the same dopamine and none of the stress of travel.
Well, I went to the game, so it's like I got my rush. The last time I didn't go to the game, so I had to go to the parade. But I'm feeling, I'm like ambivalent.
A parade,
I'm not sure what
if
to
you're in
do.
Hermosa Beach, and you're doing a parade in Hermosa Beach, that's one thing. But, if you got to fly out to a city about to be inundated with snow, you know how miserable travel is right now? You want to die on a plane because nothing gets fucking service?
Whether the flights get diverted.
They're not doing a good job. No offense to the administration, but shit is happening, as you know, Abby.
Well, yeah, but they don't have anything to do with whether American diverts its flights.
Of
People
course,
were leaving the Super Bowl ended up in Detroit, that were bound to Philly.
People who travel in the winter only have to travel in the winter. You're out of your mind to travel in the winter if you don't have to.
I don't mind the snow. I go back to Philly a lot, so I'm really okay with it.
What do you want us to do?
So I'm saying, I know that's why people got to travel because of work. But if it wasn't for work, nobody would be on all these stupid commercial flights.
See, Wisdom, I don't mind going commercial to Philly in the snow. Like, I'm all right with it. But this one, like what they're showing on national news that's why I'm asking people on the ground, because the national reports are showing like people shoveling a lot of snow and they're expecting more. So that's why
it's not bad here, Abby. It's not bad at all.
Like town is okay, Scott?
Oh yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
The streets are fine. Yeah.
Abby, how corrupt are the judges? Because did you see the article that came out that USAID is funding the wife of this judge that came down hard on Trump? Like, they're so connected. They got their fingers on everything, even on websites. Like, why are judges in control of so much of everything in this country? Federal judges.
I read one thing that a federal judge gave $700,000 to the two senators that got him in. That someone just exposed that. No, I mean, the federal judge deal is, it's a job for life. I mean, I have friends that are judges that are, it's elected here that, that's a big deal if they can get an appointment to the federal court, and they got to kiss up to their senators to be able to have it happen. I mean, that's the system. I'm going to answer you that I believe that there shouldn't be elected judges. So that's on state level. I think that you get bad choices with the elected approach. And I would tell you to look at New Jersey, because their state court judges are probably the best in the country because they're appointed. But it's a political game. Hey, is it any different than the ambassadors and how you get an ambassadorship under whether it's Dems or ours?
Yeah, that's all patronage, right?
Yeah, they're patronage. A friend of mine's brother-in-law was the ambassador to New Zealand under Obama. Like, he didn't know shit about New Zealand. He got it because it was a thank you. I mean, that's how it works. The federal judges, you would hope, have been vetted, but stuff's coming out now, so I don't know.
So Scott, like, how are you supposed to spread the message, for like this counter-revolution if the left eats its own? If you're suspicious of anyone, in that room, and then like you kick them out, how is the message supposed to be spread to, for like this revolution against Trump?
I have never supported
Kick people out.
Kicking anybody out. In fact, they asked about agent, and I said no. Ben
doesn't do it.
He monitors that audience, and he just polls. What he does is he polls the crowd and says, "Is anybody here a problem?" And then people that are fragile snowflakes say that person's a problem. That's what happens.
But it's like the snake eating its tail. Like, how are you ever supposed to spread the message against this counter-revolution against Trump if all you do is just suspicious of, like, it's almost like McCarthyism. This guy's a communist, but it's just coming from the left. Like, if you want like a real revolution, you need to get more people on board and spread the message against Trump.
You can't have a dialogue openly. Like, there's some people on the app that will, the D's and the R's will go in rooms. Roger's rooms were like that, and we would have good dialogue in Roger's rooms. Ben throws you out, and I mean, it pisses me off because I was really nice to him, and when we first set up like Jews and Allies and all that stuff, I made sure he was included in everything. I mean, I have a different opinion than him, but I can't dialogue with him. I came into that room, Scott, and he's from like the podium or whatever, as a mod, he's like, she's in here, that bitch. I mean, he just started saying this horrible stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was, and why? Because I have a different opinion? Like, that's not cool. It's just not cool. And I agree, like, on both sides, I'm moderate. So can I be swayed? I can be swayed. I vote for Dems and I vote for ours. But you have to be able to allow people to talk about it. He won't do it.
Well, he says it's an echo chamber. He says that. I mean, he's quite explicit about it.
Yeah, but he did something the other day that was really bad.
But how can you do any sort of sense making if you don't get sort of like greater consensus, from, I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't know, that's just sort of like, how do you make sense out of the world if you cut yourself off from like a major portion of it?
You shouldn't, and you should be able to have dialogue. And that's what I'm saying. Roger's rooms were great about that. Gary's good about that too. I don't know if you go in Gary's room.
Gary's a very bad. Yeah, Gary is. That anybody with any opinion, as long as you're respectful, and there's no cross talking, so you don't get interrupted. I mean, it's not very dynamic, but the advantage of it is you don't get cut off, right? I mean, you get to speak your piece, and that's a very balanced room.
You need to have the balance, and then it shouldn't get personal. It gets really nasty when it gets personal. But something he did the other day, there was a bunch of people in the audience that heard it. He like told, he said, punch them, go punch, go.
I heard, I heard physically intimidate, make them feel
physically intimidate, and I'll punch him in the face. I'll beat him up. Those were his words. And then he backtracked.
Oh my God.
So
who said this?
Ben Mendelsohn.
Ben Mendelsohn, like not.
Oh
cool.
my God.
Yeah. Like really not cool. And he was saying to do it to federal employees. He said.
Oh wow.
So that was because he was talking about Doge, and if they came into an office he was working in, or an office that anyone's working in, that's not smart.
Well, that's how you get charges. Wow.
A lot of people heard it. Oh, they were in the room.
Oh my God. I mean, it's one thing to not appreciate your political opponents. It's another to go so off the deep end that you are not only advocating things like that, but telling other people to do things like that who don't have the means to, probably defend themselves in a case like that. Not to mention, is that really where we want to be as a country? I mean, I did not like Biden at all. And yet I would never. And I can even say I never wanted anything bad to happen to him because it's bad for America. I just do not understand how we can't see how dangerous that kind of talk is.
So, like, kind of skirts on an illegality.
Right.
But it's interesting. How do I say your name? Zenamini? Am I saying it right?
Yeah, that's how you say it.
Okay, so as I said, you gotta be able to talk to both sides. And there are times I'll go in the all Republican spaces and I'll talk about a Dem that's in Congress or something that the Dems are pushing that is a good thing. And I'll argue it from that point of view. I mean, I think we have to be able to be open that both ways on that.
Sort of like steel man the opposition, right?
It's not. It's kind of steel manning, but there are people in Congress that are members of the Democrat Party that do more for some issues that are important to Republicans than Republicans, and you have to present it, but you need to be able to go in the spaces and talk, and you can't do it.
100%.
You get removed. Hey, Glennis.
Yeah, it's like how do you spread the message if you're so paranoid about anyone in your space? Like you're just like sort of self-censoring yourself into like your own little reality tunnel.
Scott, can you talk to him at all? Does he listen to you?
Well, yeah, depending on our friendly. I mean, but I was demodded. I wasn't mod, but I got in this mess. I got in this conflict with Elle Stern because she was talking shit about Steve Appel and I blocked her, and everybody complained about me blocking out. I have a block list of one person right now. I don't block anybody ever.
I have a lot to say about her, but
and I was
in the room.
I was demodded. I was. So, but I talked to Ben this morning. I mean, I don't. I think here's what I think about how that room goes sometimes. There's a great book by Rabbi Edwin Friedman called Failure of Nerve, and he was a therapist. Excellent book on leadership, but he talks about the problem with the so-called empathetic leader. He's like, we don't want empathetic leaders, we want emotionally regulated and self-aware leaders. He's like, because the overly empathetic leader in the chronically anxious age mirrors the anxiety of the group and makes them more anxious. And that's what I think happens in that room. That Ben is a room of chronically anxious people, and Ben mirrors their anxiety back to them by trying to be empathetic and understanding, and instead of being a calming presence. And it makes the whole room, and the temperature becomes, oh my God, Trump, they're all gonna just gonna die, and we're gonna eat your children. Oh my God.
There needs to be more servant leadership.
Well, I was modded, but I still am in the room, but I'm demodded. My badge was taken.
What did Elle Stern? What could she possibly like? Scott, you keep a pretty even keel when you're like. I think you do a very good job of like trying to both present your position and understand, even if you don't agree, understand the other position.
Here's what happened.
You do a good job of that.
There's a 14-year-old kid on the app. His name's Christian, right? He goes to Uncle Steve.
Oh, Jesus. I know, yes.
He's very bright.
He's a very bright kid, right? And so
But he is 14.
He is 14.
He's 14, right.
He is 14. His mom said he could be on the app. His mom came into one of the apes rooms and said, he's fine. I like him on the app. It's a good outlet for him emotionally because he's on the spectrum, whatever. Fine. I think the kid's funny, and he's very smart. He's cute. He's like, what do you think about immigration? He's cute. He's adorable, right? Because so Elle is a very she has to be the moral conscience of Clubhouse, and everybody has to agree with her.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
So she has this intervention, and we all talk about it. And I'm like, look, she has me and Steve and Jane and a couple other people, and basically I say, I don't have a problem with the kid being on the app. His mom knows he's on the app. I also don't have a problem with people throwing him out of rooms because they don't want a 14-year-old in there. I get that too. It's fine, but I don't think it's a crisis. I was running around saying that Steve and I are grooming a 14-year-old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is I didn't even ask Abby. I texted Abby asking if I'm being slandered. This is serious shit. So I basically, I block out and I say, because it comes back to me with other people. I was in PB's room. These guys were like, you're a groomer now.
RogerMayhem.com, the Clubhouse movie.
So I block out. Elle's like, we need to reconcile this, dial this down before I said, Al, stay away from me. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, that is a terrible thing to say to someone. Yeah, I get that.
So then she runs around complaining
name to everybody like a middle school kid that I blocked her. No, I have a block list of one person exactly right now.
I know you are very tolerant of
I don't
people
block
who are
anybody.
great. I know.
I don't block anybody.
I would let her know that